What is poppin', guys? This is the Oracle. We are back online for a new Zendikar Draft. This pack is decent. Probably gonna pick Journey to Nowhere. It's one of the best common in the set, if not the best common. Maybe Plated Geopid is better. It's kinda close. Excellent removal. Living Tsunami is very good too, but I think weaker than Journey. It's close. It's close. Between the two, it's pretty close. But I think I like Journey more, and I like white more than blue in general, which is the main reason why I'm picking Journey. Balaget Thief lets you make your opponent discard something each time you play allies. It's pretty good, but it's nowhere close to the Tsunami or the Journey. A couple of good black cards, but yeah, I think it's either Journey or Tsunami you should be picking. And I mostly like white more than blue in this set. Blue, sorry about that. Blue is not bad. It's kind of tough to make a good blue deck, and sometimes it's a little bit slow, a little bit too slow. Alright, Into the Royal is a sweet card that works kind of well with Journey because you can play Journey and with the trigger on a stack you bounce it back to your hand and then you get to use Journey again, so it's kind of a sweet trick. That being said, I don't really think we should be picking Into the Royal here. If I had first picked the Tsunami, this would be a fine second pick. But here I'm just gonna go with Step Links, which is a fine beater, efficient, aggressive. Yup, this pack is pretty bad, much weaker than the one I open. Timbermow Larva is pretty good if you have enough forest. Does not a good blocker, but it does hit like a truck. And yeah, that aside, the pack is like really weak, so oh well. Ooh, sweet. Some good white cards here. Pitfall Trap is fine. You can destroy an attacking creature without flying. It's a decent removal. I just think that Skyfisher is better. Skyfisher is just one of the best to drop in the set. It's one of the best common too. It's just great. This figure is very good too. Also among the best common. This figure might be slightly better than Skyfisher. I think it's pretty close. I think I do like Skyfisher more. But either way, since we are white, I think it's just Skyfisher. Hedron Crab is funny, but having the right deck is tough because you need to have at least 2 or 3 of these, and they are uncommon, and then you need to draw them. And then, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a gimmick, but you can make it work. It's just not super easy. Spike is pretty good. Crab is not bad. Trap is good. Disfigure is good. Skyfisher is good. Magma Rift is fine. Shambler is solid. That's a solid pack. Alright. I'm probably just gonna pick Arrow Volley Trap here. It's not a great card, but it's fine. It's a decent removal. Not many players play around it because it's flashback and they don't know the set. When I was playing Zendikar back in the days, at some point just everyone was always playing around that, which makes the card weaker, obviously. But even when even if they play around it, it's still decent. It's still gonna kill something. And again, most people don't really play around that on MTGO right now. Torchlinger I think is slightly better, but not by a lot, and I'd rather stay mono white for now. Cartographer and Undo Cleric are both kind of medium. Nissa's Chosen is pretty good too, also better than Arrow Volley Trap I would say. But yeah, again, I think staying mono white is just the best option right there. Alright, that pack is quite good. I might pick a non-white card here. Not a fan of Cartographer or Shieldmate. I could maybe use Windborne Charge. It's not a bad card. I've been killing people with that quite often. But there are some solid options in other colors. There's the Marauder, which is a good 2-drop, and Welkin Turn, which is a better 2-drop, I guess, even. We passed a decent amount of black and blue, so it's not very likely that we get either blue or black pack 2. Who knows, though? I don't know. I might just pick Welkin Turn in case I get some more blue, because that card is really good. Marauder I think is slightly weaker. I also like, well, white-black is not bad, but I'd rather be white-blue I think. It's close. Maybe I should just pick the charge, but Welkin Turn is just a very good 2-drop. Okay, some decent red cards. Stonework Puma is fine. Into the Royal versus Core Sanctifier. I think both cards have a about the same power level. Now, Into the Royal might be slightly better, but I'm not sure that I will be blue, as I'm certain I will be playing white, so I'm just gonna pick Sanctifier. I don't mind Skyrune Drake. You cannot stack too many 5-drops in your draft deck in Zendikar, but a couple is fine, and Skyrune Drake is fine. It just blocks pretty well, it can attack. It's a fine card, and there's just nothing else. For me, at least. Alright. I don't really like anything here. The most playable card I think is Nimbus Wing, which I don't really like because, you know, it's an aura, you can get 2 for 1, all that good stuff, but in some matchups it's fine. For example, a green-white deck that doesn't have Journey to Nowhere might have, you know, trouble dealing with the enchanted creature. Hopefully I will not have to main deck that, but, you know, it's a card you can play, it's not disgustingly bad. Narrow Escape also works with Journey to Nowhere to do the trick I was talking about before. You can also just bounce back a land to get some landfall triggers, sometimes it's decent. You can save a creature from removal. It's not a card I love main decking, but it's fine. I think it's better than the Ox. I don't think we should try to go red, even though red might be open. These two cards are decent and they are pretty late. Scorpion is the best card here. I'm not a huge fan of Narrow Escape, and we've seen a decent amount of black, so if black ends up being open, or if I open Nighthawk, I'd be happy to have that around, available, and Scorpion is just a very good 3-drop in this set, so this wheeling might be a sign that black is something I should be looking at. As I mentioned, I think not in this draft, but in another draft maybe, there's not a ton of playable in Zendikar, so you kind of have to be worried about, you know, getting enough things to play. Pitfall Trap Wield? That card is not like a great removal, but it's like solid. Destroy target attacking creature without flying, like for 3 mana. And if it attacks alone, you can only pay 1. I don't know. It's good news for us, because it means white is probably open, but I don't think this should be willing. Spreading Seas is fine, you can, like, again, if you don't have enough playballs, this just cantrips, so it's fine. A couple picks ago I picked Scope over, I think it was Bold Defense, which gives +1/+1 to each creature. I don't really like Bold Defense a ton, and Scope is not the worst. It's decent with landfall creature, fine if you have a bit of evasion. It's one of these cards you will play if you are lacking a 22nd, 23rd card, but it's not very exciting. Okay, interesting. So there's no good white card, no playable white card. I don't really consider Noble Vestige as a playable. Iron Ruin Expedition is fine, but would be a very mediocre first pick. Bloodchief Ascension, I don't know. I've played it once this winter and it was pretty bad, but I remember having a decent amount of success in the past with it. I don't think it's bad, I don't really think it's good though. I'm not thrilled about picking that, especially since I don't really have any strong incentive to be black right now. And if I really want to pick a black card, I even wonder if Lacerator is not a better option, just to try to go white-black beatdown. I don't know. I might just pick Expedition. Expedition is fine. It's a fine blue card. I'd be happy to take a white card, but yeah, there's really nothing playable in white. Maybe I underestimate this card. I don't know. I've been unimpressed though. But I don't think it's bad. Yeah. I guess I'll pick Lacerator in case I end. Ooh! Getting past the Day of Judgment. Sign me in. That's what I want to see. Good. Good. Very good. Alright. Cool. Well, this figure is also good, but this pack is pretty much garbage and the Day of Judgment, so yeah, we'll take that. Another Journey to Nowhere. We'll have the most removal ever, which is sweet. And some really, really good removal too, which I love. Some decent black cards. Maybe black is the color I should be playing. There's also an Eel, which is a good blue card, so I guess there is that. But we are getting some nice white there. Ooh, Core Aeronaut, another good white card. Solid 2-drop, nice and strong. Cool. Huh, interesting. I think this is quite interesting, because here we basically have the choice between a fine white card, not super exciting but fine, and a slightly better blue card. Not even slightly better. I think Welking Turn is just a decent amount better, and it fits pretty well the theme of being white blue flyer. I have a bunch of flyers. Staying open or committing more to white. I mean to blue, because I feel like if I pick the turn here, I will kind of have to be blue-white. I can't really afford to pick that and not end up in blue-white. It'd be a waste. And again, there's not that many playables in this set, so you cannot really waste picks. I'd love to pick the Welking Turn, but I'm pretty sure the right pick is just Hookmaster to stay a bit more open. Nothing I like here at all. I will never play 2 Nimbus Wings. No point in counter drafting the Recluse because this is a league. I guess I'll pick the Crab, but I don't love that. Ooh, Gamazoa is fine. I mean, I probably sounded more excited than I should have for this card, but it's a fine defensive creature that works pretty well with other flying and the general theme of being blue-white flyer. You want a couple walls that can deal with threat and then just fly in the air. We've seen no white except for Day of Judgment in this pack, which is kind of weird. I guess we got Day into Journey, but then nothing. I guess I'll pick Spreading Seas in case I need that. Trapmaker Snare is actually playable if you have enough good traps. And right now, we have 2 decent traps. The thing is, you have to reveal the trap, which makes it weaker. I'm still more likely to play that than any other thing in this pack, I guess. Well, we got 2 very powerful cards this pack, but a bunch of other things that were pretty bad. And since most of the tech is flying right now, Windborne Charge is not super exciting. I'm still gonna pick that, but I don't love it. I guess I pick Spreading Seas. I don't think I'll end up black. Mind Sludge is a pretty good card, though. Outfitter is nice. It's a fine 2-drop, and since I got, I did not get a ton of playable this pack. I got some good cards, but not a lot of cards, so I'm happy to get anything I can play. This is 15 cards I'm happy to play. It's a little bit... No, it's fine. Hopefully we can just get 7 or 8 more and we should be good. And worst case scenario, we can just add some Spreading Seas. It's not bad. It is not bad. Ooh, Forest. Love it. This forest is beautiful. One of my favorite art. I don't know, I love it. I mean, no, it's not true it's one of my favorite art, but I like this forest quite a lot. This pack has some good cards, but nothing for us. That's a shame. That's really a shame. Gigantiform is pretty busted. Incredibly hard to beat if you don't have, a removal that can kill the creature. And there's not many removal that can kill an 8/8. There's like Hideous End, but unconditional removal in this set. I guess you have Journey to Nowhere. You don't have a ton of things, and this just kills incredibly fast. Pretty good card. Hideous End is one of the best common in the set. Premium removal. Glider is solid. I think we'll pick Scholar, which is not the best, but it's the only playable card for us, unfortunately. Oh well. Nothing great here. Emeria is not something you should try to play. Valakut either. I mean, unless you are monocolored, don't do that. And even if you are monocolored, you are not that likely. Like, it's this land and 7 other planes. Valakut on mono red, sure, it can make sense, but Emeria, I've seen Emeria being played in some double color deck, and I was like, really? Like, unless the game goes to turn 30 or 40, it's like, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, I like Sanctifier more than Outfeeder, so I'm just gonna pick that. Not very exciting second pick, though. Okay, we'll pick a Drake. His draft is kind of weird. I think we are in the right colors. We are getting some decent stuff, but the pack are really not great. Like, I don't know. Scholar into Sanctifier into Drake. Not the best third pick ever. Oh well. River Boa is probably the best card here. Followed by Inferno Trap, a solid removal. Okay, I guess I will Sanctify more. Artifact and Enchantment are not going to be good against me, that I can tell. I don't think Ornament Master is very good. Yeah, it's not better than Outfitter. I mean, Sanctifier is not a bad card, it's just like not super exciting. Ooh, Welking Turn I'm pretty happy to pick here. I think it's better than the Pitfall Trap. I'd be happy to will Pitfall Trap or Hookmaster though. I might play Kabira Crossroad. You don't really want to stack too many of these enter the battlefield tap land, but 1 or 2 in your 17 or 18 land count is, is acceptable. Will I play a third Drake? Maybe. Sagittary Refuge and Pitfall Trap is good. I guess there's no reason to cut anything, it's a league. Should have picked the Sweet Forest. So right now we have 22 spells, so I guess we only need one more playable. You can play 18 lands sometime in Zendikar. I don't really think this is an 18 land deck though. We don't have huge mana requirements. I mean, it's not really a question of curve or mana, it's mostly about landfall, and we don't have any landfall creature except for the Steplings. We have some decent removal. I don't think this deck want to flood out at all. I often play 18 lands, but here I think I'm going to play 17. And I think this is gonna be the main deck unless we will something sweet. It's good. I mean, 2 Journey, 2 Pitfall Trap, Day of Judgment, Arrow Valley Trap is a nice suite of removal. Then we have some decent flyers, some Sanctifiers. There's nothing we cannot deal with. Like, we have good stuff for enchantment and creatures and artifact. The deck is also not super slow, so we should be fine. Yeah, it's a decent deck. Don't think I'll play. This is just not better than Outfitter. There's a chance I will Nara Escape in some matchup or even in the main. I'm not sure what I would cut for that though. I mean, yeah, I have 2 Journey to Nowhere, so actually this is better than it would be in most deck. I'm pretty aggressive, so I'm not a huge fan of Gomaza. I mean, Gomaza is not a bad card, but I don't love playing a defender creature in my deck with some rather aggressive curve, a Windborne Charge, and if I had no removal I would play that, but I have a ton of removal, so I don't feel like I need that. I'm gonna put it back in the deck if I face a deck with some, flyers that I care about, but even then I still have Journey to Nowhere, Day of Judgment, and Arrow Volley Trap, and most Grand Creature I just want a Pitfall Trap anyways. And again, not a huge fan of the interaction between Gomaza and Windborne Charge. So, yeah, and we have enough removal. And mana base is going to be sweet. We can play, I think, 10-7. I still want 7 Island because I want to be able to cast my bird on turn 2. But, yeah, in theory I could go... Well, yeah, MTGO is going to say something like that. I was expecting this, but... 10 planes should be good enough, and to cast these guys and these things. And again, I really want to be able to cast that on turn 2, if possible. Alright, I think that's a very good deck. Solid, simple, efficient. Yeah, that's nice. Hope you guys enjoy the draft. Feel free to drop a like if it's the case. You can also subscribe to the channel. It's very much appreciated. And it's good for you if you want to see more content of me. And yeah, I guess thank you for watching. See you for round uno.